Take a closer look at that pectoral fin. On the back edge, right near the body, you see that point?
Yeah.
Right over there, right near the body.
Well, I'll be darned. A point on the pectoral fin.
It's not an adult gray white, it's a baby Megalodon.
Oh my God! What is that?
A boat rider was standing on the deck, scanning the horizon with binoculars, when he saw something unusual. At first, he thought it was just a big whale swimming in the water. When he looked closer, he saw that something was eating the whale. He thought, whales don't eat other whales. But he was in utter shock to be witnessing this sight, and wondered what kind of animal could do that.
Here, spin on around and we'll go share. Whoa!
He started doing some research on his laptop, and then he finally figured it out. The creature that had been eating the whale was a Megalodon. He couldn't believe his eyes and documented the legend before it disappeared back into the depths. Meg on Australian shore. Beachgoers were looking for pretty shells when they saw something huge. It was a giant shark. Everyone was surprised and a bit scared. They thought it might be a basking shark, but it looked different. The shark just lay there on the sand. Then, a big wave came and pulled it back into the ocean. After it was gone, people started talking. Some said it might have been a Megalodon, a huge shark that lived long ago, but no one knew for sure. Giant fin. A beachgoer's camera captured an unbelievable sight one quiet afternoon. The video quickly spread online, leaving people amazed and scared. In the footage, people were out there looking at the water. Suddenly, a huge black fin appeared near the pier. It was bigger than anything anyone had ever seen before. The water was splashing and it seemed like it was catching its prey near the pier. People on the beach got scared and moved their steps back. No one knows what creature could have such a huge fin. Some say it might have been a Megalodon. Others think it could be a movie prop. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Kayaker's close encounter. A man was enjoying a peaceful ride in his kayak in the vast oceans. His friend was nearby in a boat, taking pictures. Suddenly, his friend started yelling and pointing at the water. The kayaker turned around and couldn't believe his eyes. There was a huge creature about 40 feet long. It was much bigger than any shark they had ever seen. The area wasn't known for large sharks, so they thought it might be a Megalodon, a giant prehistoric shark. It swam around the kayak, but luckily didn't go for the man. The man's heart was racing as he slowly and carefully paddled back to his friend's boat. As they watched in amazement, the mysterious giant disappeared into the deep ocean. Deep sea encounter. Ever wonder what creatures lurk in the darkest parts of the ocean? A team of ocean explorers just found something that might give you chills.
Oh my God!
It's coming right at the ROS camera.
In the Pacific Ocean, where the sunlight can't reach, ROV spotted something amazing. At 3,300 feet down, where most of the ocean is still a mystery, the ROV saw a giant shark. Its gill slits were 20 centimeters long and was swimming freely in the bottom of the ocean.
Oh my God!
It came up close to the ROV for a little while, circled around for a bit, and then disappeared into the darkness.
One is much bigger than the one we saw first.
Oh, yeah.
Back on their ship, the researchers were stunned. They realized they had just seen a living Megalodon. Megalodon tooth's secret. Scientists made a strange discovery in 1875. A ship sailing near Mexico found something unusual in the ocean, a giant tooth. When they looked closely, they saw the tooth had marks from biting into a whale's bone. It seemed this big creature really liked to eat whales. Scientists realized this was no ordinary tooth. It belonged to a Megalodon. But here's the weird part. When they tested the tooth, it wasn't as old as they expected. It was much newer. This made the scientists wonder, could Megalodons still be alive? This discovery started a big mystery. Are these giant sharks still swimming in the deep ocean? Faceless fish. While sailing through the deep, dark ocean off the east coast of Australia, a group of friends made an incredible discovery during their 2-week trip when they pulled up a strange creature from the abyss.
Astonishing finds, and they've put them on show, including one extraordinary fish that doesn't appear to have a face.
This bizarre find was none other than a faceless fish, almost half a meter long, with no visible eyes.
It seems like it's got no eyes at all.
Well, that's some exaggeration now. It does have eyes, but hidden deep under its skin. Excited by their find, the friends immediately contacted local marine biologists. They decided to keep the fish for research, preserving it to learn more about this fascinating deep-sea dweller. Bruce the shark. A scientist had an exciting adventure in the ocean near Australia. He went down to the ocean floor in a special cage to see the sea creatures. Suddenly, a huge Bruce shark appeared. It was big and very strong. Bruce swam around the cage, showing off its big, shiny teeth. It seemed curious about this strange box in its home. He wasn't scared, because he knew his cage would keep him safe. For a few minutes, Bruce and the scientist just looked at each other. It felt like being in an exciting movie. Basking shark sighting. While exploring the chilly waters, the divers suddenly saw a massive shape in the water. It was a basking shark, one of the biggest fish in the world. This giant was about 26 feet long and weighed around 4 tons. Its skin was rough like sandpaper and was shimmering in the sunlight. The diver's heart raced, but he knew these sharks were safe to humans, as they only eat tiny sea creatures. After a few amazing minutes, the gentle giant swam away. The nightmare of Slash. A submarine explorer had one encounter that still gives him nightmares up to this day. He met Slash years ago when it charged at his boat. It was a huge, scary, great white shark, at least 18 feet long. Slash had a habit of headbutting boats and scaring people away. Some people thought it was maybe upset over something that happened a long time ago. Maybe it lost its family or its home. Even though it was dangerous, this didn't stop brave submarine explorers. They still went into the waters, but always showed respect. They even left food for it to keep it calm. Shark statue. 5 divers jumped into Lake Noch in Switzerland for an underwater trip. As they swam deeper, they saw a big gray creature coming at them. It looked just like a shark. The divers got scared as it came closer. Its mouth opened wide with sharp teeth showing. All of a sudden, the shark stopped moving. The divers were confused. They swam closer and found out that it wasn't a real shark at all. It was a statue of a shark made of dark gray stone that looked very real. The divers laughed, but were still shaky from their fright. Someone had played a great trick on them. Giant of the deep. Have you ever imagined meeting a sea monster? A team of marine biologists went on a special mission in the ocean. They were looking for a Megalodon, but instead they encountered this massive shark.
Did you say that? What?
It was swimming slowly, not scared of the divers at all. They got closer to look, being very careful. They were sure it was the legendary Megalodon, but then their air tanks started beeping.
We're running low on air, we gotta go up.
The biologists had to swim up fast, taking one last look at the amazing creature before racing to the surface. Megamouth shark. Have you ever heard about a shark with a mouth as big as a bed? There was one swimming in the ocean that amazed scientists. In 1976, researchers found a strange new shark. They called it the megamouth shark because of its huge mouth. It used its giant mouth like a net and swam around with its mouth open, catching tiny sea creatures for food. It even had special lights inside its mouth. These lights helped it find food in the dark ocean. For hundreds of years, this huge shark had swum in the ocean without anyone knowing. Scientists thought it usually stayed deep underwater and only came up at night. Even though it was big, the megamouth shark was gentle. It was like a swimming teddy bear of the sea. Giant whale shark encounter. Researchers had an amazing adventure in the Pacific Ocean. While exploring the ocean, they suddenly spotted something massive swimming near their boat. Using special equipment, they scanned the creature and realized it was a whale shark, about 30 feet long. The whale shark moved slowly through the water, not bothered by the excited researchers. Its skin was dark blue with white spots, looking like a starry night sky. The team carefully watched and studied the gentle giant as it glided peacefully through the ocean. Mummified shark.
Oh my God!
One evening, two urban explorers came across an abandoned building. As they went inside, they saw something astonishing. In a glass display case, they found the mummified remains of a mysterious creature.
Oh my God!
It was a shark, perfectly preserved, likely due to chemicals used long ago. The aquarium, located somewhere in Spain, had been closed since 2014 after a freak wave damaged the building. As they continued, they discovered decomposed remains of other sea creatures in broken jars. The explorers captured their findings on video, sharing this haunting discovery with the world. Normal fish? In central Russia, a fisherman cast his line, hoping for a typical catch. But what he caught left him speechless. His catch had a long, slender body, almost eel-like, but with a twist. Its skin was mottled with strange, uneven patches. The stomach was unusually large and swollen, bulging out in a way that made it look almost otherworldly. The mouth was the most shocking part. It almost looked like a piranha's, but even more terrifying. This video sparked curiosity among the people and went viral. Some thought it could be a mutated Chinese sleeper, but no one could say for sure. The fisherman then released the abnormal fish back to its natural habitat. Tiger shark takedown. A brave captain and his team set out on a boat trip. They were checking their GPS to catch a giant squid. Suddenly, their boat jerked. They had caught something big and strong. It thrashed and fought as they pulled it up. What could it be? As it came into view, they saw a massive tiger shark. It was super strong, and everyone could witness its strength as they pulled it onto the boat.
Watch yourself! Wait! He's getting out. Ooh.
One quick sailor threw a wet towel over its eyes to calm it down. After a few minutes, they let it go back into the ocean and put a tracking tag on the shark to learn more about where it goes. Albino shark. A person saw something uncommon while diving off Palm Beach, FL. He spotted a completely white creature with pale eyes and no pigment in its skin. It had a ghostly, almost otherworldly appearance. Its smooth white skin shimmered in the sunlight, making it look like a creature from a dream. Well, it was an incredibly rare albino shark. Excited by this extraordinary find, the diver carefully recorded the sighting and reported it to local marine biologists. Stargazer fish. These researchers were diving into the depths of the ocean to explore the hidden creatures. As they explored the sandy seafloor, they noticed something moving beneath the sand. Upon close observation of the researchers, its ugly features became more visible. It was a stargazer. They're venomous and can even produce electric shocks. The researchers were amazed to see this creature's ability to survive in the deep, dark ocean. They completed their research while the stargazer slowly swam through the layers of the ocean. Shark in Fiji. A group of professional divers went to Fiji for an exciting swim with sharks. They hoped for a fun adventure, but things didn't go as planned. Or do I say, almost didn't? They were diving and having fun when suddenly a huge 5-meter shark appeared. It looked angry and swam fast towards one of the divers. Its mouth was open wide, showing its sharp teeth. The shark was aiming for the diver when, just in time, another diver came to help. He bravely used a stick he was holding to ward off the shark with it. The ocean giant then swam to the other side, giving the diver a chance to swim away to safety. The other friends were filming the whole scary yet thrilling moment. Daru Expressway Bridge. A surprising picture appeared on social media. Many people saw the picture and were amazed. It showed 2 huge whales swimming through the big pillars of Malaysia's Daru Expressway Bridge. One whale seemed too big. It looked like it was as wide as the 500-meter space between the pillars. This didn't make sense. Some thought it was a Megalodon, a giant shark that had lived a long time ago. If it had been still alive then, it could maybe have fit through the pillars. It was supposed to be extinct, so it was hard to believe. Maybe it was a new, hidden fish discovery that is still unknown. Deep blue encounter. An adventurer was exploring the ocean when she spotted something huge. It was a giant shark, bigger than any she'd ever seen before. She was so amazed that he took a video of it and shared it online. Soon, people all over the world were talking about the shark they called Deep Blue. Deep Blue is a giant. At over 6 meters long, she's one of the largest great white sharks ever seen. Even though she looks intimidating, Deep Blue is actually super calm. She swims peacefully next to divers, and thanks to its friendly and calm nature, it became a star in documentaries and news shows. Shark experts believe that Deep Blue is still out swimming. Pacific sleeper shark. A marine biologist saw something surprising in the Pacific Ocean. He saw a huge, shadowy shape moving slowly. It was a Pacific sleeper shark, also called a mud shark, because it moved very slowly and had a low metabolism. These sharks live deep in the ocean and eat fish, squid, and lifeless animals. Because it stays so deep, people almost never see these ocean giants. The biologist moved closer and saw every detail of its rough skin and small, dark eyes, and seemed to hold a secret. A message from the ocean's depths that only he could hear. It slowly moved away and disappeared back into the water. Unknown creature. It's about a morning on a Japanese fishing boat with hopes of a bountiful catch. Suddenly, the fisherman pulled up his net, only to find a serpent-like creature trapped within. What do you think this unknown fish might be? Well, let me tell you. The creature had a flat, papery body with hair-like growths and eyes that seemed to protrude. They were stunned by this catch, capturing the strange fish on video. Despite the widespread sharing of this footage, experts couldn't identify it. Scary fish. This group of friends went on a boat for an epic fishing trip early in the morning. They couldn't wait to catch something big. After a couple of hours, they felt a strong tug on the line.
Red snapper, yay!
They reeled it in with all their strength, and when they finally pulled it out, this creature had a body like a fish, but its eyes were enormous, almost bug-like, bulging out from its head.
Look at that, they're like bug eyes. Look at its fins. See those beautiful, beautiful.
Its fins were a striking yellow, shining in the sunlight. The fish had beautiful spots all over its scales, almost like polka dots.
So, this is a yellowedge grouper. It's my first ever one.
Turned out that they caught a rare yellowedge grouper. It was a rare discovery, hence it was handed over to some marine biologists who took it for research purposes. Fishing trips are full of surprises, aren't they? Shark with a scar. In an experiment, a scientist disguised himself as a sea otter to investigate why sharks pose a life risk to over 200 sea otters annually off the coast of Guadalupe Island. So he caged himself in a glass raft.
During this experiment, most of the approaches have been from behind.
The presence of the scientist disguised as a floating otter soon attracted the attention of a massive 15-foot shark, renowned for her curiosity and the jagged scar running down her side, named Joker.
Straight up on my side. Oh my god, that was unreal. The same shark. Exactly that same shark.
The giant shark circled the diver and almost cracked the plexiglass of his raft. Despite the mounting risk, the scientist remained composed.
I've got a crack here. It's here, you can see it. A big crack in the plexiglass.
As the shark was about to launch its final pounce, it became clear that it was time for the disguised otter to return to the boat. Giant sea creature discovery. Something amazing happened on a beach in Florida.
Oh man, that's big. Never seen anything like it. It'll be like 70 feet.
A group of beachgoers found a huge, strange creature washed up on the sand. They took lots of pictures and videos, sharing them online. Soon, everyone was talking about the mysterious sea monster. Marine experts rushed to the beach to check it out. They were shocked to find it was a Megalodon.
Whoa! That's an actual Megalodon!
It was 70 feet long, with teeth bigger than a person's hand. It was then carefully moved to the Marine Museum. Australia's massive white shark. On August 31st, an amazing sight shocked viewers of an Australian news show. A group of researchers were out at sea, trying to get close to sharks. Suddenly, the biggest white shark they'd ever seen jumped out of the water right next to their boat. The massive creature was about 30 feet long and looked very powerful. The shark's huge body rose high above the waves, showing off its gray skin and white belly. For a moment, it seemed to hang in the air. Then, with a big splash, it disappeared back into the ocean. The news hosts were amazed by the video. They couldn't believe how big the shark was. Friendly Lucy. In Mexico, a group of divers went into the ocean in a special metal cage. They felt both excited and scared as they sank into the water. They saw a giant shark named Lucy. She had a unique tail fin that looked like a torn cloth, and her fins cut through the water like swords. Her mouth was so big, Lucy's sharp eyes watched them. But then, something unexpected happened. Lucy started to play. She swam circles around the cage, and she gently touched it with her nose. The divers were amazed. They had thought Lucy might be scary, but she turned out to be quite friendly. Blackmouth catshark. In this video, fishermen sailing off the coast of Sardinia made an extraordinary catch. At first glance, it looked like a typical fish, but something was off. This creature had no teeth and no skin, yet it was unmistakably a shark. Shocked, the fishermen shared their findings with equally amazed scientists. This was a blackmouth catshark, but unlike its relatives, it was born without skin and teeth. Surprisingly, it lived a normal life, even managing to grow and hunt successfully. Can you imagine a shark thriving without skin or teeth? The fishermen who caught it shared their findings with equally amazed marine researchers. They conducted a thorough study on this shark. They found its stomach full of food, proving it didn't struggle to find meals. This finding left everyone amazed. Shark with dislocated jaw. At Tiger Shark Zoo, some divers were exploring hidden sea creatures and encountered something unusual. Each day brought new creatures to the site, but this was truly remarkable when they spotted a large creature moving through the water. As they got closer, they noticed something unusual. This massive animal had a dislocated jaw, likely from a fishing line, but this creature seemed far too powerful to be hurt like that. This was perhaps a deformation since birth. Moving in closer, it is a shark. Despite being vulnerable in terms of its superpower, the giant creature thrived in the ocean with its unbelievable strength. Sand tiger shark. At the Mississippi Aquarium, visitors were in for a surprise when they noticed a creature swimming with a curved spine, struggling to move through the water.
She had a really pronounced bend to her spine and she was swimming well at all. She was having trouble using the habitat and she was not eating.
The aquarium team soon discovered that this mysterious creature had scoliosis, a condition rarely seen in sharks.
We assembled a team really quickly. It actually started by us just discussing if doing surgery on a shark's spine would even be possible.
Upon closer inspection, they realized it was a sand tiger shark named Stella. Determined to help Stella, surgeons, anesthesiologists, and caregivers came together to give her a chance at a better life. After a successful surgery and weeks of careful recovery, Stella began to thrive.
Really quick turnaround, whole team together in about 48 hours, and everybody did everything out of the goodness of their hearts.
Now this incredible patient swims gracefully through her habitat. Watching Stella glide through the water is truly amazing. From net to fame. This strange story started in Australia back in 1998. The Lucan family was fishing when they caught something huge in their net. It was a lifeless, huge shark. They gave it to scientists who studied it carefully. Then, they used special chemicals to keep the shark's body from rotting. They named the shark Rosie. Rosie then became a star at Wildlife Wonderland. But in 2012, the park had to close down. Rosie needed a new home. Megalodon's victim. Do you ever wonder what could hurt the biggest animal on Earth? In 2021, people in South Africa saw something that made them ask just that. A huge blue, lifeless whale washed up on a beach. It had big bites and a huge wound on its body. At first, people thought an orca might have done this, but when experts looked closer, they said the bites didn't look like orca marks. The wounds were so big, and the experts were convinced that these were scars from a megalodon. Mega threat. In 2021, a group of students were on a boat off the coast of Massachusetts when they saw something very intimidating. A huge shark was swimming around their boat.
Holy
It was 26 meters long and the students couldn't move or talk. They realized they were looking at a living megalodon, a prehistoric giant. It just swam around their boat, making them worry it might charge. One of them threw a lifeless fish into the water. The oceanic giant saw that and swam to eat it. As the megalodon chomped on its unexpected meal, they took this chance to escape. They didn't look back and just wanted to get away as fast as they could. Megalodon, myth or reality? Something incredible happened off the coast of the Philippines. A huge fin was sticking out of the water, smashing against the waves. It was so big that people watching from the shore were scared, even though they were far away. People out there got excited and said it must be a megalodon, a gigantic prehistoric shark, but not sure. Rumors of the megalodon spread quickly. More and more people came to see it. So what was that giant fin? A hungry whale shark? Or something else? For now, the mystery of the Philippine shark remains unsolved. I rest the case up to you. Cornet fish. Imagine swimming through the vibrant coral reefs, surrounded by colorful fish and seaweed. A diver found something long and slender gliding through the water. He tried capturing it, but the creature just effortlessly blended in with the coral branches. But then it moved with incredible precision to avoid getting caught by the diver. The diver realized that this creature, with its elongated body, is known as cornet fish. Its long snout took up about a quarter of its body, ending in a mouth with tiny teeth. As it moved closer to its prey, its mouth expanded, ready to eat the fish the same size as itself. The creature's shape allowed it to slip into narrow spaces between coral branches and the sand. The cornet fish continued to swim in its habitat. It was fascinating to watch. How did this incredible creature evolve to be such a perfect hunter? A friendly giant. This one time, something amazing happened in the Gulf of Mexico. The oil rig crew was busy checking underwater pipes when they spotted some trouble. A huge shark swam near an oil rig. This monster was over 30 feet long. Its dark gray body and white belly glided through the water, with sharp eyes watching everything. The rig crew was shocked and a bit scared when they saw its big fins moving slowly towards them. At first, they were worried that it might charge on them, but to their luck, it did come closer, then got diverted by some fish and swam away. 400-year-old Greenland shark. Meet the oldest living animal on the planet, the Greenland shark. This shark has been swimming in the dark, icy waters of the Arctic and North Atlantic Oceans for over 500 years. It can grow up to 5 meters long and weigh over 2,200 pounds. Despite its massive size, it is a gentle creature that feeds on smaller sharks, eels, and fish. But it isn't picky. It will even eat horses, reindeer, and polar bears that fell through the ice. It likes to be alone, but sometimes these creatures can get together to have a big meal too. They don't have babies until they are very old, like 150 years old. People sometimes catch these sharks, which is bad because there aren't many of them left. Parrotfish. Two YouTubers were on a quest for a rare catch near a lake when they found something unexpected, a sizable creature with a scary bulge on its forehead. The bulge looked almost like a blister or some kind of mutation, which left them puzzled and curious. The YouTubers wondered what caused the strange bulge. Was it an allergic reaction or something else? When they looked closer, they saw it was an orange-colored parrotfish, known for its bright colors and popularity in aquariums worldwide. The fish got into its new home as those people decided to keep this fascinating creature in a safe space. Whatever it is, it looks attention-grabbing. Pig-faced shark. Sailors in Portofarayo on Elba Island spotted something scary floating in the marina. At first, they couldn't believe their eyes, so they hurried to pull it out of the water. As they dragged it onto the dock, they were stunned because this strange creature had the body of a shark, but a face like a pig. The sailors were buzzing with questions. Could it be a mutant or a weird fish from the deep? Experts soon calmed the crowd down, revealing it was an extremely rare angular rough shark. The catch was then released back into the ocean to continue living in its natural habitat. Bent shark fin. Some people instantly hooked up online after watching this video. In the beginning, it was only serene and pretty ocean waves, but what came next will leave you shocked. As the camera zoomed in, a graceful sea creature could be seen swimming. But there was something about it that felt odd. Turns out, one of its fins is bent. No, not just bent, it almost looks folded. Curiously, the video kept focusing on the fin as if waiting for the creature to emerge and surprise humanity. And here it comes. It's a shark with a folded fin, as if it were ironed. Truly unbelievable. Human-faced shark. On February 21st, 2021, something incredible happened in Rotendao, East Nusa Tenggara. Local fishermen accidentally caught something big in their net. They were astonished after finding out it was a shark. But when they opened the shark's belly, they discovered something even more shocking. Can you guess what it was? Inside was a shark pup. But it wasn't just any shark pup. It had a face that looked remarkably human-like. The fishermen couldn't believe their eyes, so they just decided to release it back to the sea. Deformed shark. During a routine marine survey off the coast of Guadalupe Island, researchers spotted something unusual in the water. Among the perfect specimens of sharks, they saw a creature that managed to thrive despite a significant physical deformity.
This is a shark I've known over a number of years. She's quite an odd-looking animal.
This shark, named Quasimodo, had survived an incredible deformity and a bent spine since birth. A spine twisted almost like the shape of a DNA helix. Each year, researchers observed Quasimodo returning, growing bigger and healthier. The shark's survival and thriving condition fascinated everyone who heard her story. Two-headed shark.
It claims to show a shark with two heads.
Some scientists were up for research in Spain and discovered a strange thing to look at, a creature with two heads. The photo went viral, sparking curiosity and concern all over the world. Previously, some marine biologists claimed that they've seen embryos with two heads before.
Check this out. National Geographic reported 2 years ago.
They also discovered a two-headed embryo of a rare shark species. Meanwhile, but seeing a live creature like this is still very unusual. What could be causing these oddities? Experts think it might be due to overfishing, pollution, or even inbreeding. These issues can affect marine life in unexpected ways. Sperm whale. These divers came across something huge, trapped in an abandoned fishing net off the Sicilian Aeolian Islands. The creature struggled, creating massive splashes and waves. They were surprised to see the enormous sperm whale, Fury, tangled in the net. Imagine the scene, a massive, majestic whale, helpless and irritated. The divers then tried their best, but Fury's size made it challenging, so they reached out to other divers and asked for help. After struggling to remove some of the nets, Fury's movements made the task nearly impossible. But after many tense hours, the divers finally succeeded in freeing the sperm whale. Alien fish. A Norwegian fisherman was having an ordinary day when he accidentally caught something scary. As he pulled out his net, he was shocked by the sight of a creature that looked extremely deformed and absolutely abnormal. It had scary, bulbous eyes that seemed too large for its small body. It looked like an alien fish. The scared fisherman examined it closely and realized that it was a Grenadier fish, famous for having the world's largest eye-to-head ratio. What an amazing find. Two-mouthed fish.
And it felt extra heavy this time, so I was like, okay, this is a good one.
A woman made an extraordinary catch while fishing on New York's Lake Champlain. It wasn't clear until she pulled the fish out of the water that she saw it had two mouths. The fish was a trout and had one mouth above the other, and both were perfectly formed. No one knows exactly why it had two mouths. Could it be a birth defect or something else entirely? Her Facebook post about this catch quickly went viral, sparking curiosity and amazement. To everyone's relief, the fish was healthy and its two mouths didn't hinder its ability to eat or swim. The fish was later released back to the lake. Three-eyed fish. In October 2011, near an Argentinian nuclear power plant, a strange creature was caught by a fisherman. It was one of the most unknown creatures of the sea. The fisherman was shocked to see its dark brown and grayish scaly skin, which seemed identifiable. But the fisherman was still confused while identifying the creature because it had three eyes. This was a three-eyed fish, the species which exactly is still unknown. But curiosity has raised several questions like, is it due to its presence near a nuclear power plant? After a thorough analysis by the fisherman, he handed it over to the state-of-the-art aquarium where it was preserved. Tiger versus hammerhead shark. Some fishermen were out on their boat in the Gulf of Mexico near the Louisiana coast. They were trying to catch tuna when something crazy happened. Their fishing line got really heavy. They pulled hard and realized that they caught a hammerhead shark, but within minutes, a large tiger shark swam up, looking for an easy meal. The tiger shark bit the hammerhead over and over. The poor hammerhead was stuck on the fishing line and couldn't get away. It tried to swim, but the tiger shark kept coming back. Then the tiger shark bit so hard, it broke the fishing line and grabbed it one last time and swam away with its meal. Great white shark. The water was calm as a team of researchers was hopeful to capture something in Cape Breton. Within hours of starting, they caught something big. They carefully brought a massive creature on board, measuring 13 feet and 3 inches long and weighing 1,537 pounds. It was a sight to behold. The team worked quickly, tagging and sampling, gathering data for their research. It was a great white shark. After the work was done, they watched as the majestic creature swam away gracefully. They named him Breton in honor of the wonderful people of Cape Breton. The subscriber pick. It was a perfect sunny day on the coast of the ocean when suddenly a giant creature leapt out from the sea in a flash, a Megalodon. Its huge mouth was wide open, showing rows of sharp teeth. A whole whale was stuck in its jaws. People on the beach gasped and grabbed their phones. One brave surfer even took a picture right by the water. It was like something from a movie. Then, the mysterious sea monster swam back into the water, and everyone was left shocked and amazed. If you enjoyed this thrilling adventure and want to see more amazing stories, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.